Okay everyone, here's a short how-to video on rehabbing a picnic table. This picnic table was built in 1984 and it's 2014, so it's 30 years old. And it's still in relatively good shape. It needs some stain on it. It was really loose because it's been sitting outside. It's a picnic table. So I had to put no bolts in it because the other bolts were frozen, rusted, so I put new ones in up there. I tried to cut a slot in the one next to it to get it out, but it's frozen. So it was all moldy and green. So I power washed the top, and then I had to sand it because power washer lifted the grain a little bit. So I sanded it, and it's pretty smooth. And it's got some rot. So I don't know if you can see it, but the edge right there is all rotted off. So I'm going to cut that off with a circular saw. And this edge right here is pretty bad too, so I'm going to cut that off. So I'm going to cut about 1 inch off of the whole picnic table. The top right here, the seats, and the legs are rotted a little bit too. So that one right there is rotted pretty bad, and I'm going to cut that off and give it a final sanding and blow all the dust off it, and then put a little bit of redwood stain on it, and I put some more screws in it. These have bolts in it to hold the top on, and the bolts are frozen too, so I put some screws in. Here's one here, here's one here. I put screws in along here too. Here's the screw, here's the screw. Because these bolts right here and right here are frozen, rusted. They go all the way through. I don't know if you can see them. There's the end sticking out. So it's all screwed together. It's nice and tight now. It doesn't really move. It's solid, but it was very loose. And 30 years old, treated wood lasts forever. So stay tuned and we'll see how it comes out, and I'll show you where I cut the ends off and the finished product. So stay tuned. Okay, here's all the rotten stuff I cut off. Big holes, rotten. So it looks good. The edges are pretty good for 30-year-old wood. That's good. I used my circular saw with the carbide tip blade, cut real good. These edges are pretty good. This edge was really rotten. There's still a little bit in it, but not bad. The bottom sits pretty square to the ground. I just laid a straight edge about 1 inch tall along the ground and marked it with a pencil so I could get it, square to the ground. So let me show you the rot on the bottom. There's a little bit left, so hold on. Okay, so there's still a little bit in here, but not bad, and I think it's a little wet, so I don't know if the paint will go in there. So I'm gonna turn it and get it out to the side. See, there's still a little bit in here. That's from sitting on the ground. If they would have just had it on blocks up in the air. See, that one's pretty good, and that one's got a little rot in it still. Burning that, it looks pretty good. That's gonna paint up real nice and be good. See, the squirrels were chewing on it there. Squirrels were chewing on it up here, through here. Burning that, it's in relatively good shape for 30-year-old wood. It's really good. But see, the edges came out pretty good. So not bad. So I'm going to turn it around, let it sit in the sun for about an hour or two. See, there's a little line I marked. I don't cut perfect, but good enough. So stay tuned. It's drying. Gonna sit there for a couple hours, maybe all day. We'll see. It's gonna be 70 today, so maybe I'll get to paint it this afternoon. So it's gonna dry. The legs are sticking up, and we'll see what happens. Okay, here's the table all done. I bleached all the cutoff ends and bleached the top and cleaned it as best I could. And the bleach should kill all the stuff that's growing and causing the rot. I put 2 coats on the bottom when it was upside down, including the ends, the cutoff ends, and put 2 coats on there, and I ran out of stain, and it's an oil-based stain, and oil base is not for sale in Illinois anymore. I can get it if I go to Wisconsin or Iowa, but I don't know what I'm gonna do. So it's relatively waterproof, the tops. I mean, it rained a couple times in the last couple days. It's been drying, and it rained a couple times and it's beaten up pretty good, so it's not too bad. You can see that, you know, it's got a nice sheen on it. It's actually waterproof pretty well, but all the cut off stuff I did sealed up pretty good. This was that really bad end that was all chewed up, so it stained up good, and I got a lot. I got a good soak in right in the edge and on these cut off sections right here too. So there's a picnic table. It's done for now until I get more stain. I'm not sure, you know, what I'm going to do, but I can't put latex on top of the oil. It won't stick. I need more oil stain, so maybe a trip to Wisconsin, or maybe I can find someone going that way. So here we go, and here's my other one, and this one needs a staining too, but this one's going to a friend's house, and it actually came out really good. It's real sturdy. I got it up on rocks to let the air circulate underneath it, trying to get it to dry really good, and you know, maybe we'll keep it off of the dirt, and that way it'll last a little while longer. But it came out really well for a 30-year-old table. Like I said, it was built in '84 and it's 2014, and it looks good. So far so good. Didn't have to replace any wood, and got a pretty decent coat of stain on it. I really could use some more, but we're gonna see. You know, you can only do what you can do. So we're still looking around for more stain, and gonna find some eventually. But here we go. So it's not bad. Treated wood lasts forever. I am a believer in treated wood. 30 years old and still good, and it's nice and solid now with the, you know, all the new hardware on it. See, I painted everything, put stain on all the new bolts and stuff, so it's rock solid. So here we go. Good for another 30 years. It'll be a 60-year-old table eventually, and I think it'll be good. Might have to change some wood by then, but we'll see. So thanks for watching. Good luck. Don't give up on treated wood. It does last. A little cleaning and some fresh coats of stain or paint, whatever you're going to use, and you'll be good to go again. So if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching. Bye.